Good morning, this is Jerry over at Finn Tire and Auto. We have your vehicle up on the lift right now. We have the technician performing your oil change and tire rotation. You had a concern with the low brake pedal, as well as the StabiliTrak light. The StabiliTrak light still has yet to be looked at. The rear power door lock and the passenger rear needs to be looked at yet. And I'm going to get a price on the button for your rear window. The reason I'm doing the video, I wanted to give you a little show and tell on some of the things we found. On the brakes, the rear brakes, you can see the rotors themselves are basically delaminating, they're rotting. Not really a big deal as far as safety goes, but we would have to replace them. They're not machinable, but you do have your brake pad right now that is worn down to 3 millimeters. Now, while we're back here, I wanted to show you the rear shock absorbers. You see the shock absorbers, these are supposed to be full of air. They aren't right now. Basically, over time, the shock wears, the oil comes out of the shock, and then it basically eats the rubber of the air shock, so the air can't be held anymore. This is a rear self-leveling. You can see it's even worse over here, the amount of fluid that's built up coming out of that rear shock. Now, the front struts themselves are original equipment as well. They're seepage, but they're not blown out. But again, we got almost 130,000 miles on the original shock absorbers that would be recommended to be replaced. The front brakes have about 5 millimeters remaining on the passenger side, but we've only got 2 millimeters remaining on the inboard brake pad. While we're underneath the front, just wanted to show you something that I saw that they had mentioned before. You got an axle boot that's torn, and you can see that it's flinging grease, as well as this outer one. It's flinging grease. The boot on this upper ball joint is torn. The ball joint itself has no free play. Again, we still have to look at the electronic issues, but I'm going to work up an estimate for the mechanical things we found. When you get done viewing this video, give me a call.